Be good for you living out here on the ranch. A lot better than working in a mine.
I don't exactly work in the mine, Vera. Sure, when my father was living, he'd make me spend my summer vacations in the mine, so I'd get to know it from the bottom up.
But now that you're boss man, it...
It's Helen.
So what are you getting panicky about?
I don't want her to see me here. I'll duck out the back way.
Just a minute, Hank. How long are you going to stay tied to your sister's apron strings?
It's not that bad, Vera.
Not much it isn't.
Well, I don't want to argue about it now.
Well, I do. Oh, look, Hank, you're not a kid anymore. Your sister doesn't own you or that mine. Half of it's yours, and don't you forget
I
it.
I know.
Only she signs the checks. Isn't that it?
Look, Vera, if you'd let me settle this with her
All right, Hank. Make up your mind. Do you want me, or are you going to listen to your sister?
Okay. I'll let her in.
I'll let her in. This is my house. Hello, Helen.
I thought I'd find you here.
You did.
You're supposed to be at the office.
It's Saturday, remember?
We don't punch a time clock and put in 40 hours a week. Come on, Hank.
Leave me alone, will you?
Why don't you let him decide what he wants? Isn't that fair enough?
Not as far as I'm concerned. You've already put 2 husbands in an early grave, and I'm not going to let Hank be number 3.
Get out of my house.
When I'm good and ready. And I won't be ready until he comes with me. Hank, let's go.
Let him alone. You'll get out of my house or I'll...
You'll do nothing.
Helen! Vera! Helen? Helen! Get an ambulance. Quick.
Hello, operator. Operator, this is an emergency. Would you send an ambulance out to the Watson Ranch? Yes. Yes, on Tyler Road.
How bad is it?
We can't tell yet. She lost a lot of blood.
What happened?
It was an accident, Sheriff. My sister...
Miss Gifford was examining my gun. You know how these things are. She shot herself. Isn't that right, Hank?
Yeah, that's right, Sheriff.
What were you and your sister doing here in the first place, Gifford?
Well, Mrs. Watson was thinking of selling a ranch, and Helen and I came over to inspect it.
Seems to me you've inspected it before, from what I hear.
Where's the gun?
Inside, where she dropped it.
Okay, Harry. You both better come into Bisbee with me. I'll have to question your sister as soon as she's able to talk.
Are we under arrest?
Well, I think it'd be wiser if you came along.
Come on, Vera. We've got nothing to hide.
Have a seat, please.
There's nothing to worry about, Hank.
Are you sure?
Accidents happen all the time.
Hello, this is Sheriff Morgan. Is Dr. Lewis there? May I speak to him? Thank you. Hello, Doctor. About Miss Gifford. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes, I see. No, I'll come over and wait. All right, thank you, Doctor. I'll be at the hospital.
All right.
Sheriff, how's my sister?
We'll know in about an hour when she comes out of surgery.
Maybe I ought to go with you?
Well, I'd like to talk to her first, alone.
Take it easy, Hank.
I hope she'll be all right.
Either way, it could go rough for us. For both of us. Unless we stick together.
How is she, nurse?
Touch and go, Sheriff.
Can I talk to her?
Well, you can try, but she isn't lucid.
Thank you. Miss Gifford. Miss Gifford.
Hank.
It's the sheriff. It's Sheriff Morgan.
Hank.
Can you tell me what happened?
That woman.
What woman?
She's lapsed into a coma again.
When she regains consciousness, will you call me, please?
All right, Sheriff.
Thank you, nurse.
Did you see her?
Yes. They've removed the bullet, but she's still on the critical list.
Well, did she say anything?
Matter of fact, she did. She said that woman. Undoubtedly, she was referring to you.
Well, how could she? I did it.
I thought you said it was an accident.
What I meant to say was I didn't try to shoot her. We were struggling over the gun and accidentally went off.
Have another try, Gifford.
What do you mean?
Means that I just got the fingerprint report back on that gun. Mrs. Watson's prints were all over it.
What about Miss Gifford's?
Only on the barrel where she probably reached for it in self-defense. But yours weren't even on it.
That still doesn't prove anything.
Well, it proves you assaulted her with a deadly weapon.
Well, maybe I had a right to. The way she came busting in my home.
You'd better save that for the jury. Okay, Harry.
You gonna let him get away with this, Hank?
Don't worry, Vera. I won't let them keep you in jail.
There's not much you can do about it, Gifford.
Well, maybe he can't, but his lawyer can. You get me out on bail, Hank, you hear?
You bet. Can I go now?
Yes, you can go.
That star makes you real smart, doesn't it, Sheriff?
Not smart, Mrs. Watson. Just patient. One little clue leads to another. Pretty soon, all the little pieces fit into one big pattern.
It's kind of lonesome in here, Sheriff.
I'm sure Miss Gifford is just as lonely in that hospital room.
Now, Hank, whose side are you on? This woman shoots your sister. Now you want to bail her out.
Well, if Helen hadn't interfered, then none of
After
this...
devoting most of her life to raising you and running the mining business until you could take over, don't you think she had reason to interfere?
Look, Mr. Renard, I didn't come here for a lecture. If you don't want to handle this case for me, then I'll
All right,
take it...
Hank. Sit down. Well, exactly what do you want?
I want Vera, Mrs. Watson, released on bail.
Okay, Hank. I'll make the arrangements.
Fine.
You'll find everything in order, Sheriff.
Okay, Harry, release Mrs. Watson.
Is that all there is to it?
Not quite. Mrs. Watson still has to go on trial.
Hello, Hank.
Vera, this is Mr. Renaud, our family attorney.
Mrs. Watson,
Thanks for getting me out, Mr. Reiner.
you can thank Mr. Gifford, not me.
You, understand you're not to leave the county. Being set free and being released on bail are two different things.
I'm sure Mrs. Watson has no intention of running away.
Mrs. Watson has already admitted she shot Miss Gifford.
An admission of fact, Sheriff, is not a confession of crime.
Mr. Renaud, what happens if my sister says it was an accident?
You mean if she decides not to press the action?
Uh-huh.
Well, in that case, I guess the charges would be set aside.
Come on, Vera, I'll drive you home. After all you've done for me, I let this happen to you.
It wasn't your fault, Hank.
Oh, I wish I'd never met that Watson woman. I should have known all along she was nothing but trouble.
We'll be rid of her now.
I wish it were that easy. There'll be a trial, a scandal. If I could only turn back the clock.
It'll be all right, Hank.
Just the same, I wish I could get her out of my hair. See, I was just thinking,
What?
if you refuse to press charges, said it was unavoidable, maybe I can get her out of the county, or even the state.
You wouldn't mind if she went away?
Mind? I'd make her go. What do you say, Helen? No charges.
All right, Hank. No charges.
I'll go get the sheriff.
Hank?
Just leave everything to me. Yeah, here's your phone, please.
Help yourself.
Oh, Vera, Hank, I got good news. No, better than that. Helen's going to drop the charges. Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm at the hospital now. Look, as soon as the sheriff gets here, meet me at the country cafe, huh? Right. And Vera, see you soon, huh? Operator, can you get me to the sheriff's office, please?
Sheriff's office, Deputy Evans speaking. No, he isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'll tell him. Miss Gifford wants to see the sheriff over at the hospital.
Can't she wait till after dinner?
Well, that was her brother. He said it was very important.
All right, I'll go tell him. Frank, I hate to do this, but I got some ulcers for you.
What is it this time?
Miss Gifford called. She wants to see you right away. She says it's very important.
Sheriff, here's the steak.
You eat it.
What, on the house?
No, on me.
Oh, Chuck, how many times I have to tell you?
I know. Well done.
Well, I thought you'd never get here.
Relax, Gifford.
Well, Helen's not going to press charges. She said it was as much her fault as Mrs. Watson's.
We'll see. Miss Gifford?
Helen? Helen, the sheriff's here. Helen? Helen!
Nurse.
you got here sooner.
Hank, we'll have to file new charges.
What do you mean?
Murder.
But Helen, she promised. She said she'd drop the charges.
But the state's the complainant now. I'm sorry, Hank. She's not in the house.
Not in the barn either. Car's not around any place.
Well, Gifford might have tipped her off.
I wouldn't put it past him. Although she might just be in town, you know, a movie or something like that.
Attention all units. Attention all units. This is Sheriff Morgan. Set up roadblocks and notify the Border Patrol to be on the lookout for Vera Watson. Repeat, Vera Watson. She's approximately 30 years of age, 5'3", 120 pounds. She's wanted for murder. That is all. You better stay here, Harry, in case she comes back.
All right.
Where have you been?
What difference does it make? We've all the time in the world. Helen in the hospital.
Vera, she's dead.
Dead.
About an hour ago.
Well, you just phoned me from the hospital.
Oh, after that. Before the sheriff got there. I tried phoning you, but you'd already left.
Well, that charge. Did you get a chance to tell the sheriff?
Doesn't matter now. He said the charge was murder.
Murder?
Look, don't worry, Vera. If it means more bail or the best lawyer that money can buy, you can count on.
You're kidding. You think I'm gonna stick around here and let him try me on a murder rap?
What else can you do?
Hide someplace. Mexico. And you drive me there.
Vera, you're making a big mistake. You don't have to run. I'll get you the best lawyer. And I'll tell him in court what Helen said about it being an accident.
Oh, sure. I can just see a jury swallowing that. Come on, Hank, let's get out of here. Now what?
I'll be cutting off Douglas Road.
We'll never get across the border now.
I'll get you across.
Sprout wings and fly?
No, horses. We'll take Devil's Canyon.
From your place?
Right. But you can't ride like that.
Well, I've got some things in the car.
Good. We'll stay on the side roads.
A couple empty stalls back there.
This is their car, all right.
Well, you gotta hand it to them for one thing. They had sense enough to stay off the highways.
They probably took Devil's Canyon.
Oh, can we go catch them?
You go back to Bisbee and take charge, and notify the Mexican authorities.
All right.
You feel rested?
Yeah, I'm all set.
Good. You stay on this trail and you'll be across the border in no time. It's only 2 miles from here.
What do you mean I'll be across the border? Just where do you think you're going?
Well, I gotta get back, Vera. After all, I own a mining company now. I can't go with you.
Well, what am I supposed to do, starve to death?
I'll take care of you. When this whole thing blows over, you and
Did
me...
you ever hear of complicity? Do you know what would happen to you and your money if I involve you? If I told him that you went for the gun and I tried to stop you?
Don't threaten me, Vera. It was all your fault and you know it. I said I'd take good care of you, but not if you're going to drag me down with you.
All right, Hank. That's the way it has to be.
That's exactly the way it has to be.
Get on your horse.
What are you doing?
I'm inviting you to come with me.
But I just explained
I heard you, Hank. Now, you listen to me. I'm not going to rot away in some forlorn village while you're living the life of Riley. You're going to come with me or I'll...
Hold it, Sheriff. Will you raise your hands? I didn't exactly plan it this way, Sheriff. I guess it's going to work out fine.
I get it. They'll think we killed each other.
That's about it. She left the car, stole the horse, and you gave chase and caught her. Good?
Great. Oh, Hank, you're smarter than I thought you were.
I'll move.
It was all her fault. She wanted me to go with her.
You know something, Gifford?
What?
I think you will. Now, let's go.